Hi ladies, it is time to get ready for spring. I love a change of season, and I would say that my two favorite seasons are definitely spring and fall. It's March right now, so they say that March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. So if you live somewhere where it feels very lion-esque, you know that the lamb is right around the corner and beautiful warm weather will soon be upon you. So let's talk about all the fabulous things that come along with spring. So let's start with what I consider to be the best part of a season change: fashion. I just love looking at what's trending. I don't jump on too many trends, but I still like looking and seeing, what you're gonna be seeing in the stores, because whatever's trending is what you're gonna see a lot of. So it's just fun. I love fashion. I like the change of the colors of the clothing. Spring brings bright, fresh, pretty new colors, whereas, fall has those rich, earthy colors, which I love in the fall. But since I've been doing it all fall and winter, now I'm just ready to break out and just enjoy some bright, fresh, new colors for the spring. That pale blush pink is really trending right now, and I just got myself a pair of blush pink Adidas Gazelle running shoes, and I'm telling you, they are the perfect neutral. I am just wearing them with everything. I just love them, from dressing up to dressing down. They go with everything. One of the things I love in spring is to change up my hair. So I've been growing my hair out for a very long time, so I'm not gonna cut it, but I wanna do something different. In the fall, I got bangs, which I regret it immediately. I was always trying to pull them off to the side, and now they've gotten to that curtain length, which I'm really digging, so I like that. But a nice thing to do if you do wanna try bangs, and I did this, and then I'm like, ooh, I love bangs, so I'm gonna cut them. But you can get those snap-in bangs. They look really natural. They really do. In fact, when I was gonna go get my bangs cut, my husband's like, but you have those clip-ins that look so natural. I was wearing them, and he thought that I had gone and got my hair cut, and he's very observant. So they're very believable. I'll leave the one that I got linked, but you wanna get something that's fairly good quality. You don't wanna cheap out on that, because then it will look cheap. So spend a little more. They're not that expensive, but if you just want to try out bangs, that's a good way to do it. Just snap those in, say, do I want to, do I not? And if you love it, just keep wearing it. You don't even need to do what I did and go actually get them cut. So since I don't want to touch the length, I might just change up the color. But right now, the hairstyles for the spring of 2025 are so fun. I dove into all the different styles, and it made me very tempted to try some of the shorter styles, but I'm not gonna do it. Short and edgy is really cool and really in. The pixie is hot right now. A curly pixie, or a pixie with a long side bang, having the long layers and the textured ends. It's just really kind of very sophisticated and edgy at the same time. Or you can go more mid-length, and that 90s bob is making a comeback. Curtain bangs are really big, which I'm glad my short bangs are finally getting to be curtain bangs. A beautiful blunt, straight look is gorgeous. So many options, it's very tempting to me. Or if you're like me and you've been growing your hair out, or you just always have long hair and you just really like long hair, then they're just saying keep it real natural, keep it very effortless, just with a lot of movement and volume, or even just really sleek and straight. And as we roll into spring, many of us are coming off of perhaps a very cold, long winter. And sometimes we just kind of hunker down and hibernate, because when it's cold, it's more of an effort to get out there and be active. So if you haven't been active, or haven't been that active, what a fabulous time spring is to just burst out and just get out there and just be active. I talk so much about how resistance training is important. It's really a non-negotiable. Literally after the age of 40, our muscle mass declines so rapidly. So if you're over 50, or like me, you're over 60, then it's a real deal. Like, you have to get that muscle mass back. And the one way that you're gonna do it is resistance training. I have some videos on that. I will link them below. Ladies, anything I ever talk about in my video, I always have listed in the description box or in that first pinned comment. You know, like the bangs that I'm talking about, it's all gonna be linked. You can just easily click on it and it'll take you right to whatever I'm talking about. But like I was saying, I do have some videos that you can do at home, easy peasy, get it kicked out really easily. 3 times a week is really all you need to be doing for that resistance training, but it's so important. And I say we need to build up our muscle for health reasons. It's gonna keep us strong, it's gonna keep us from falling, all those things. But the side benefit is when you build the muscle, you burn fat and you look a little better in your clothes, which I don't mind that. And a super easy way to build that muscle is to take creatine. Creatine is not gonna make you Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it is gonna build your muscle. And it's such an easy thing to do. You just have a scoop of it in whatever water you drink during the day. I fill up my Stanley every morning, a scoop of creatine, and I have my whole potions that I put in there. I drink that down, I'm getting my water, and I'm getting all my supplements that I want for the day. But creatine is the most studied and the most effective supplement that you are gonna find out there. It also has been proven to really help our brain health. So if you are concerned about Alzheimer's, as I definitely am, both my parents got Alzheimer's, and it really helps with my memory. So that in itself is a reason to take it. You might feel when you step on the scale that you gain weight with it, but that's just because muscle weighs more than fat. So don't freak out over that. In fact, I always say ditch the scale. If you wanna measure something, pull out a measuring tape, but the scale is just very unpredictable. You just want to be consistent and make sure you're taking it every day. You do want to take the powdered form. I've heard that the gummies are not as effective. So the powdered form, I'll leave the one that I use linked in the description box. But that is just an easy peasy way to help build your muscle. Effortless, really. And the best thing about the weather warming out is get out for a walk. This is a small window that we have here in Dallas, Texas, where it's not too hot, not too cold. It's just beautiful weather to get out for a walk. So don't miss the opportunity to get out the door. It's so easy. You don't need any special equipment to do it. Just get out and get a walk. Enjoy the sunshine on your eyes. And a really effective way to get your walk in is just a 10-minute walk after every meal. You don't need to get into your fancy workout clothes. Just walk out the door and get a 10-minute walk in 3 times a day. I was struggling during the winter to get out for my walk after dinner because it starts to get dark and you know, you're tired, you don't really feel like getting out. So I would just walk around the house for 10 minutes. I would put my timer on for 10 minutes. It would fly by. I would sometimes just keep walking a little longer because I would have a podcast going and I wanted to keep listening to it. But now that the weather is great and it's going to stay laid out longer, it'll be really nice to just get outside and get my walk in after dinner as well. I am pretty sure I do have a video on it, so I can also link that. And also, as the weather warms up, our layers of clothes start to peel off and we start to reveal more skin. So our skin, as we age, we have to be loving and accepting that it's not gonna look the way it did when we were in our 20s, and that's okay. But we can always improve it. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think a nice tan looks very good. I don't like to actually go out in the sun and get that tan, so I'm a big self-tanner. Of course, I do have a video out there on how to self-tan. I can leave that link. Of course, there is a learning curve to it, so don't do self-tanner for the first time before you go to a big event or a special occasion. Try it out a few times first. But one thing that I think is something that you can do pretty effortlessly is like a body makeup blur. I just love the ones that I have. Again, I will link them if you are interested, but it just gives your skin a nice blurring effect. It gives it some color. You gotta be careful because as much as they say it doesn't transfer onto your clothes or furniture, I think it does transfer. It does for me. So if you have the trick of how to use that body makeup and not have it transfer, please please leave it in the comment and tell me how to do it, because I have never figured out how to put it on without it transferring. It covers up the varicose veins. It just blends and blurs any age marks that you might have on, and just leaves your skin really pretty. So I am a big believer in both self-tanning and those body makeup, body blur products. And then for hydrating my skin, I am just madly in love with castor oil these days. I really went through a love-hate stage with it until I just fell in love, and I cannot be without it. Yes, it's sticky. Yes, you gotta make sure it doesn't get into your hair, because that can be a hot mess. But it just, I think, is healing to the skin. There's just so many benefits of castor oil. Yes, I will leave the video that I have on castor oil. I've got a lot of videos on everything that I love out there. But castor oil is just, I think, just the most beautiful way to just make your skin look its very best. So my love-hate relationship has ended, and it is just a love affair that I am having with castor oil these days. What do you guys love about spring? Leave it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. So get out there and just embrace this beautiful weather and embrace the beautiful you. And in case no one has told you this recently, you are beautiful. And I don't need to see you to know that. I just know you are. So get out there, have a fabulous, fabulous, amazing day. Mwah. Bye. Love you guys.